Have you noticed your grocery bill suddenly jumping higher even though you're buying the same things? Or maybe every time you fill up your gas tank, you feel like you're draining your wallet a little faster. That's not just in your head. In 2025, inflation isn't just a number you hear on the news. It's something you feel every single day at the supermarket, at the gas station when you pay your rent, and even when you grab that morning coffee. In this video, we're going to break down what inflation really means in 2025, how it's quietly reshaping your daily life, why it's happening, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself and even come out ahead. Stick around to the end because the last part could change how you manage your money this year. At its core, inflation is the rise in the average price of goods and services over time. Or put simply, your dollar doesn't buy as much as it used to. Think about it this way. In 2020, $100 at Walmart could fill up for grocery bags. In 2025, that same 100 might only fill 2.5. That's inflation in action. It eats away at your purchasing power. According to recent Consumer Price Index data, the US is seeing one of the steepest year-over-year increases since the early 1980s. But this ISM just about numbers on a charted S about how those numbers hit your everyday life. One, food and groceries. That carton of eggs, up by 20%. A gallon of milk, up by 12%. And that quick breakfast stop at Starbucks, your latte that used to cost $4.50 is now closer to $6. Americans are spending on average 15% more on groceries compared to last year. If you used to spend $600 a month on food, today that same budget might be closer to $690 or even $700 without you buying anything extra. 2. Gas and transportation. Energy prices are hitting wallets hard. Gasoline in many states is about $1 more per gallon compared to just 2 years ago. For someone commuting 40 miles a day, that adds up to an extra $60, $80 a month, just on fuel. Rideshare drivers, truckers, and delivery workers are feeling the squeeze even more. 3. Housing and rent. If you're renting, you already know this pain. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in New York City jumped by nearly $300 per month. In places like Los Angeles, even modest apartments are creeping toward $2,500 a month. For many families, the dream of homeownership is slipping further out of reach. For healthcare and education, healthcare premiums have risen faster than inflation itself, and college tuition. Forget about it, it's up again, leaving parents and students buried under more debt. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities, and inflation makes them even harder to afford. 5. Everyday psychology. Here's the sneaky part. Inflation changes how people feel. Families are cutting back on eating out, buying cheaper brands, or skipping vacations. Consumer confidence is dropping. And when people spend less, businesses slow down, making the whole cycle even worse. Quick question for you. Have you personally noticed your weekly grocery bill climb in 2025? Drop a comment below yes if you felt it, nitrogen monoxide if you haven't. I want to hear your story. So what's driving all this? Global energy prices, ongoing conflicts and supply chain disruptions keep oil and gas costs unstable. Geopolitical tensions, with trade disputes between the US and China intensifying, the cost of imports and exports keeps shifting. Monetary policy. After years of pumping money into the economy during the pandemic, the Federal Reserve is struggling to strike a balance, raise interest rates to high, and growth slows. Too low and inflation spirals. Currency wars. The US dollar and Chinese yuan are battling for dominance. Every swing in the exchange rate impacts the cost of goods Americans buy from abroad. The short version. It's a perfect storm, global, political, and financial forces colliding all at once. Here's the part that matters most: how you can respond. 1. Budget smarter. Separate your needs from your wants. Cut back on subscriptions you don't use, eat out less, and focus on essentials. 2. Pay down bad debt. Credit card interest rates are climbing above 20%. The longer you hold debt, the more inflation makes it harder to escape. 3. Diversify investments. Don't rely only on cash savings. Look into assets like gold, inflation-protected bonds, ETFs, or even strong foreign currencies. The goal isn't to gamble, it's to protect your purchasing power. For emergency fund. If you don't already, build at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a safe account. In uncertain times, that cushion is priceless. Remember, inflation hurts the most when you're unprepared. Inflation in 2025 is real, and it's reshaping the way Americans live, but it's not the end of the world. Think of it as a reminder. Your money needs to work smarter than ever. If you understand what's happening and take action, you won't just survive, you can actually turn challenges into opportunities. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes on currency wars, US, China economics, and personal finance strategies in uncertain times. And let me know in the comments, how has inflation hit your daily life in 2025? Because this story isn't just about numbers, it's about you.